So just getting back to that quote, do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, you do better, right? That is that daily grind of getting up every single day and thinking to yourself, I want to be 1% better, right, than I was yesterday. That is that daily grind of saying, all right, I'm going to switch things up. Because what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again. So if it's not working for you, if it didn't work for you yesterday, why repeat it and do it again the next day? I'm just going off of what's on my mind, really. I think I kind of want to start everything out with one more so quote. Um, do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. That's my Angelou. It's funny because, a lot of times we look at quotes and it's like, it's just so cliche. Think about, like, what does it really even mean? Like, do the best you can until you know better. Then you know better. Then when you know better, do better. It sounds so straightforward, so A to B. How can you possibly aspire to be a better version of you if you don't put the time in to actually educate yourself on how to do that, right? I'm going to even back it up a little bit. How many times have you in your life, and I know I've done this personally, you woken up and you said, man, I want better for myself. You can't even expect to be a 1% better of who you are without actually going and learning not only just yourself, but more about what it takes to be a better version of yourself. Putting in the time and the effort to learn how to adapt and adopt different practices, habits. Shit. I'm still even learning that stuff myself, to be honest. In my life, personally, I deal with so many things. I deal with a lot of things. Life's, right? That's the the cliche. Life be lifing. And it really does. That's probably one of the most true cliches out there. Because life does life. I was talking to my mans the other day. You'll see him on the, on the other, the podcast that we do and everything. But I was talking to him the other day, and we were just kind of catching up. I ain't seen him in a while. I moved away sometime years ago, so I was just catching up with him, just kind of letting him know some things have been going on in my life. And it's funny how, well, let me back it up. He asked me if regularly do I talk about these things with the people that's in my life, right? And it's funny how I told him, no, and I don't do that because I don't want to feel like a burden to anyone else that's in my life. I know that there's people out there that have way worse things going on than I do, right? One thing he said to me that really kind of stuck was just, it's okay to not be okay. And it was almost therapeutic to just kind of have that conversation, and just be open, be kind of honest about how I'm feeling in my life. Now, every day doesn't feel like this, There's times where I feel very productive in my life, and I'm like, yo, I just want to get up, I don't want to do this, boom, 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 boom. And that's just how it is, right? There are times and spurts in our lives when we feel up and we feel down. But how do you have a balance between the two? How do you then take the down, realize it early, and then boom, let's do something to make it positive, right? That could be working out for yourself. That could be eating right. It all starts just with learning the mind, body, and the soul, really. That's what this whole channel is kind of based off of. That's what this whole channel represents: mind, body, heart, soul. Being in tune with one or the other, knowing that it's coming full circle, So just getting back to that quote, do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, you do better, right? That is that daily grind of getting up every single day and thinking to yourself, I want to be 1% better. right, than I was yesterday. That is that daily grind of saying, all right, I'm gonna switch things up. Because what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again. So if it's not working for you, if it didn't work for you yesterday, why repeat it and do it again the next day? And trust me, I'm not coming here to tell you that I'm this picture perfect person. By all means, I'm not. That's why I even started to do this channel, do things like this. Y'all may know me from the Geeked Up Reacts channel, and I do, you know, some other commentary stuff and things like that, a little bit more lighthearted things, but I signed on to participate in this type of education, this type of talk, this type of just discourse, because I aspire to be a better me as well too. I want to grow. I'm just like y'all out there that's listening to this, watching this video, listening to this video. I want to grow too. I gotta be the best me that I can be until I know what a better me looks like, right? Like, you have to really understand and really think about it. Look within yourself. Don't look within me, but look within yourself. What are you doing right now that's allowing you to be who you are today? What do you want to be tomorrow? Get passionate about who you want to be and what you want for yourself. And that's what it really comes down to. Don't let yourself be ignorant and not knowing who you want to be and what it takes to be who you want to be. Really give some thought and consideration to it. And understand that it's okay to not be okay. There's going to be times where you have to feel. It's human nature. I think that's one of the things that me personally in my life, I've had to be able to come to terms with. It's one of the best things that I've learned in my life as well too. Understanding that not being okay in moments and times is okay, because getting those feelings out is therapeutic. It allows you to be able to breathe. It allows you to be able to release. It allows you to be able to grow. Understanding that this is a certain type of pain, a certain type of feeling, emotion that you don't want to have to feel all the time, And I sympathize with anyone out there that, is maybe like me, in that you might be cursed with some generational things that might just kind of hinder you from being able to kind of maybe even take a step back and look at yourself. Environment is a hell of a thing, Understanding your environment, that's growth. Understanding who you are within that environment, within that society, that's growth. That's one of the first steps, So I challenge you really just to, once again, I'm not coming here want you to think that I'm this picture perfect person. I'm merely just telling you how I feel today. Letting you know some things that's on my mind, and maybe you agree with them, maybe you disagree, that's cool. But I just want you to know that reflection is one of the most important things in life. We have mirrors for a reason, Not just to physically see ourselves, but to also see ourselves. Look within you. Understand who you are and what you want to be. Hey, y'all gonna get to know me. And I hope that y'all leave some comments, encouraging words for not only myself, but for yourself and for others out there who's also trying to grow, who's also trying to evolve, who's also trying to just be a better version of themselves, for not only themselves, but also the people around them as well too, man. I will catch y'all later. Stay tuned. I'll let y'all know how I'm feeling on the next one. Until then, be well, be blessed, and peace.